Welcome to your general reading with Angelic Ascensions. I hope all is genuinely well. Thank you so very much for choosing to spend this time with me. This will be a reading for the Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, as well as a little something for the cross watchers. Let's get right into it for the Taurus nation. Taurus, I feel like some of you might be really going through it. You might have some hostile feelings for somebody. Seven of Swords. Maybe you feel like somebody was trying to get one over on you. Maybe right now you guys are taking a breather from one another. And it could have something to do with this King of Wands. So I didn't say it already. This is a general reading, so this means that not everything in this reading may be guaranteed to resonate to a T. This is when I remind you to take from this reading what genuinely resonates for you and what doesn't. Leave it for somebody else. Don't get distracted by the details that don't resonate. Please don't make any rash decisions based on a general reading. Some of you Taurians are obviously dealing with your opposite of Scorpio. Maybe you don't see eye to eye with somebody. Maybe somebody doesn't see where you're really coming from, having to do with an issue. So maybe you're having a very difficult time forgiving and letting go. And it could be because of this. I know unforgiveness is not a word, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. Unforgiveness, right? You're having a difficult time healing from this. There's somebody that may have lashed out at you or you them. And somebody's not really mad at you. They're really mad at themselves. So somebody was trying to get one over on you in some type of way. It's like somebody might think that you're naive or that you're a pushover. Maybe you've been letting a lot of things slide, Taurus. You definitely have a telepathic connection with somebody. For some of you, this is a love relationship. And if so, some of you could be involved in a situation where somebody has a decision to make between you and somebody else. It could be somebody that loves the two of you for two different reasons. And maybe they're having a difficult time choosing between the two of you. I don't know, this could be that this could be friends. Maybe you love your friends for two different reasons. You've been betrayed. Rather than someone come to you and say something to your face, it feels like there's somebody that might be saying some things behind your back. So for some of you, it could be happening online. You might be finding out about some gossip. Maybe you found out, Taurus, that somebody was running their mouth about you behind your back. And that could have been the betrayal. It could have been a friend. It could be somebody that you really did trust. Yeah, your friendship groups. Maybe you're looking for some type of trustworthy friends. Because maybe you did put your guard down with somebody. And maybe somebody took you for granted. Maybe you did make a lot of sacrifices for somebody. And they put your relationship in jeopardy. Yep, Ten of Swords comes right back out. So maybe you guys did have an argument. Maybe you had an argument with your own father, Taurus. And maybe you feel like you got absolutely nowhere. Because there was a whole bunch of slick talk. And a lot of deception. Somebody runs their mouth more than they speak. Somebody could be very belligerent and angry. And somebody might feel like they're always right. And somebody might be stuck in their ways. And why am I hearing somebody wants you to bow down? It's like somebody wants you to kiss, you know what I mean? Kiss their ass. It might feel that way. You know what I mean? I'm trying to censor my language, but somebody ready to face you. Because before they weren't. They were sidestepping in the conversation, backpedaling, saying something, and then acting like, no, I didn't say that, gaslighting you, this type of tactic. Earth sign, specifically a Virgo. You got an Aries individual, and you got Aquarius, and then you got Libra. So yeah, the air signs are definitely prevalent. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. And then you got fire with the Emperor. You got Virgo with Earth. And you got Scorpio for water. Alright. Was there multiple people involved in this argument? Because it looks like for some of you, you may have gotten into an argument with more than one person. Maybe some of you Taurians may have felt ganged up on. Or other people are giving their opinion about the situation. Like unsolicited advice. Or just running their mouth and being very nosy and interjecting into your situation and acting like they know the facts. So if this is a love situation and there's a third party situation here, some type of interference, somebody feels threatened by somebody's presence. I don't know, and I'm even seeing a situation where somebody might be feeling as financially stable as they would like to be. Somebody looking for somebody to back them. You're definitely putting up a boundary with this situation. It may have had something to do with money. Maybe somebody's flexing on you because they have money and maybe they feel like you don't. You got a Libra. Libra, Virgo, cusp possibly. Libra, Virgo, and Scorpio. This person could have Libra, Virgo, and Scorpio in their chart maybe. Okay, so you're having closure issues. Either this is you or somebody around you. Yeah. You're not able to forgive or to move on from the fact that somebody cheated on you. They lied. They stabbed you in the back. And maybe even did it with a smile. You may wonder if somebody has any type of remorse about what they put you through. Because it feels like somebody put you through some heartbreak. And you feel like somebody was careless with your heart. Now you're definitely putting up a boundary with possibly a family member. This is definitely an ex that, was two-timing you. And now, I don't know, things are kind of like, if you guys are still under one roof right now, because I don't necessarily see that somebody has left, it feels like there's a lot of tension and some stubbornness. Somebody refuses to budge. But I promise you, somebody is really emotional over something that was said, over some type of lie. Or the fact that somebody thinks that they're slick and that they can get away with doing something behind your back. Very deceptive type of energy. You see the truth. You see right through this person. And I definitely feel like it hurts. You're looking at this person like the villain. Yeah, you're dealing with somebody possibly with a lot of emotional hang-ups. I don't know, like some of you, I'm just going to be very blunt because there is no way to like sugarcoat this. Some of you might really be connected to this person or addicted to this person because of, I don't know, they might be good in bed. I don't know. That might be how they keep you kind of like hanging on in the situation. But I don't feel like you're happy. I feel like you're being loyal to somebody, maybe because you feel like, because you could be very nurturing Taurus, whether you're male or female. Maybe you feel like if you give this person enough attention, that you can nurture them back to emotional health. Health and healing, yeah. I feel like this has something to do with psychological type of health, well, mental health. I don't feel like somebody could be, let me see what's really going on in this situation. Because I feel like you could be dealing with somebody who could be very cold, who could be very inconsiderate of your feelings. And somebody who could be very impatient. They don't hear you out. They interrupt you, they cut you off before you can even get your feelings out. So I feel like there's a lot of resentment having to do with communication with this individual because it feels like it might be almost impossible. Somebody could be very demanding. Somebody might try to make you feel inferior. somebody that you're dealing with has a lot of anxiety and depression. But they may not show that. They might just, try to kind of flex their power in this situation or act like they have a lot of power. That they're big and grandiose, but inside they feel very small and feeble. Something is really emotionally draining you, and it's the fact that you might feel that this person lacks compassion and can be very impolite, very rude. They've got a lot of past wounds that may need to be healed. This person could have jealousy issues. They could feel this way about you as well, Taurus. But this is kind of like what I'm seeing in the situation. And some of you Taurians could be dealing with an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Oh, and then we got Queen of Cups in the picture. Ace of Cups here with the Seven of Swords. So they were seeing somebody behind your back. This person stepped out in their relationship and kept somebody a complete secret. Now I feel like there's somebody that may want to come back to you to try to reconcile. Some of you, this person could be reconciling for the sake of the kids. Some of you, there might be a father figure that you might feel is not the best role model for your children. You might feel, this could even be your own father, maybe you feel like there is no balance here, that somebody is here to take rather than give. They don't contribute. They take. So somebody does feel taken advantage of in this situation. It could be a Leo. That's what I mean. Somebody feels empty. Like a shell of a person in this situation. They got a lot of deep emotional pain. This may be what you don't see. It's like I said, somebody could be very loud, very rude, but inside this person is like, they got some inner child issues. They got a lot of tears that they're crying. That you might be dealing with somebody who is very damaged, and somebody that might have addictions. Somebody that is really more focused on having a social life. And somebody that has stepped out on their relationship. Yeah, they are. They got a secret relationship. Either you are the secret, or, they have some other people that they're dealing with. You're not the only one. They may be sleeping with you, but they're sleeping with multiple other people as well. So this turns out to be a very one-sided situation. You're thinking that you guys are going to go into this where you have their back and you feel like you get this in return. But instead, this is turned into an entire abusive relationship. And I promise you, there's somebody on the outside of this relationship that keeps butting in. This person allows other people to get in the way. You might feel that there's somebody that doesn't think for themselves. And that's a huge issue. For some of you that are single, well, this would be your scenario. Where maybe you broke something off with someone. Some of you, this is your child's father. Because I feel like there could be a missing father in the picture here. Or this could have been you growing up without your father. Father could have been present, but still absent emotionally. Or for some of you, like I said, there's a father here that is not around. A father that maybe you feel is not the best example for your child. There's somebody that's coming back to reconcile, couples and singles. Some of you, though, that are completely single, you do have a past situation coming back, but you could no doubt be meeting someone new as well. You might meet this person. It might feel like this person is marriage material, or that you feel like this is somebody you could really take this to the next level with. You could be meeting this person at work. But I feel like as time goes by, for some of you, okay, this isn't everybody's story, but some of you, you might be coming to realize that somebody is very indecisive. And somebody might have you in a love triangle. Because just like I was mentioning before, there's somebody interfering in the relationship. This could be somebody that they have a kid with. somebody that may be trying to reconcile with them while they're getting to know you. Yeah, and this could be a fire sign. You have the Hermit right beneath it, so this could be Leo, Virgo, possibly. I don't know. It feels like something, but I feel like it's a fairy tale, smooth sailing. It's easy to get to know this person. But I feel like what you don't see about this person and that you may not see at first, but over time, is that this could be a toxic situation. And that they're not just talking to you, they're talking to multiple people. That this turns out to be an open relationship. And some of you might be waiting on this endless, seemingly endless hold for somebody to get a divorce. Because for some of you, this person is married. If they're not married on paper, then they're still emotionally connected to someone from their past. That's what this feels like. That isn't the case for some of you. But it's not the case for all of you, but it is for some of you. And you may end up getting stuck in some type of cycle with this person because it feels like this person could be in and out of your life. Back and forth. But they don't change. They still have other people that they're dealing with in the background. While they're talking to you, while they're connected to you, they still have a lot of issues here. That might be something that you don't see coming. But as you get to know later on down the line, you may definitely see that about this individual. So if you see this coming and these are the telltale signs of this situation that somebody is being deceptive with you, you might feel like somebody's playing around with you. And it begins to, it feels like you're emotionally invested in this situation. This person is hurting you. It's because they really are. You may wonder if this person is emotionally connected to you. It feels like no. They're emotionally connected to somebody from their past and they might be sneaking around with this person. And that might be these red flags that you keep thinking about. It feels like there's something that's really causing you a lot of fear and anxiety and a lot of emotion. You might be wondering, but you may not know for sure. And for some of you, that's the case. This person is playing around with you. This is like a sex-only type of situation in the long run. But in the front, in the forefront of this situation, you may not be able to see that. And for some of you, you're dealing with a Capricorn. You may soon realize that it's time to get out of a toxic situation. And with the Death card, it's time to put something to an end. It's a wrap. Once you see the truth about something. But you may not see the truth immediately. This person may keep you dangling. That's what I'm seeing in this situation. Some of you Taurians, you might be in school. You might be really focusing on yourself. Maybe deciding that rather than dating, you might be deciding to put your focus on yourself and focus on your own health and healing. Rather than trying to fix or heal or rescue somebody else. You may long for a family. But I do feel like something in your life is maybe a bit out of balance. And it could be your career and home life. Because maybe you are spending a lot of time at work. Some of you may have a third party connected to work. Some of you, while you are spending a lot of time at work, I don't know, you might be noticing that there are snakes in the grass. And for some of you, this could be where your hostile feelings are. You might be having conflict with somebody that you work with, or a friend, or a colleague, somebody that you're close to. Maybe you are distancing yourself from somebody, and maybe you're not talking to someone in particular that you work with, because maybe you guys are at a crossroads about where you guys stand. And while this could be a coworker, I feel like this could be a friend of yours. You'll be finding out about a pregnancy as well. But yeah, somebody has brought you a lot of grief. I feel like you might get to a place of forgiveness with somebody. This feels like this is a family member, but of course, I don't know, some people do get close to their coworkers. That could be the case. Let's see what's going on here. Some of you, you're really unkempt. You might not be really taking care of yourself, taking the time to groom yourself, because you might be really overcome by grief and emotion. Some of you might be having anxiety attacks. So this is where your guides are saying you got to focus on your own healing. Focus on yourself. It could have been because of this circumstance, because of some type of argument. I promise you, somebody may have said some things that really, really hurt you and are really sticking to you. Somebody could have really triggered some type of insecurity within yourself. So yeah, this is where, if this is not you already focusing on your healing, your guides are saying, put your focus there. It's time to really put that to work. Your healing. Because it feels like there's a lot of things that you haven't healed from. Some type of betrayal in your life. And this feels like this could be a cycle where maybe you really do give a lot of yourself. You make a lot of sacrifices for certain people, and maybe you feel like there have been a lot of people, or maybe at least lately, that have stabbed you in the back in some type of way. Or you may be feeling rejected by certain people that you really did make a genuine investment with. Your insecurities, I feel like, are going to be rising to the surface. But as soon as I try to move on to other subjects in your life to see what might be really going on, it shows me that somebody broke your heart. You're not talking to this person. You're not checking on them like you used to. So maybe some of you might have been really checking on this person online. Maybe trying to see what was really going on with them. Somebody broke your heart. Okay, something is really going down at your job. So let's see what this is about. We got the 7 of Swords here. Somebody at your job may need to drop their ego. Some of you might do something online. Some of you could definitely work in the spiritual realm. You could be a clairvoyant. You could be a psychic medium. Or you may have an aspiration to do so. You're a workaholic, it looks like. But see, in the background of your situation, somebody ghosted you. See that? Somebody was playing games with you. Somebody was not serious in the first place. And this is you crying tears over this situation, staying stuck to this situation emotionally. You are a workaholic. So confirmation. You're working a lot. Maybe to forget about this situation. Some of you, you're working a lot to avoid the situation going on at home. But it's very clear that somebody broke your heart. This is, it feels like some of you Taurians, are you cussed by Gemini? Because I heard Gemini, Taurus. Yeah, Taurus and Gemini are cusp signs. Or some of you are just dealing with a Gemini. You're not on the cusp. Some of you are afraid to jump out of your comfort zone because you fear some type of rejection. Maybe you feel like something's not going to work out for you. But I genuinely feel like something is. Taurus, I feel like you really have what it takes to really succeed at something that you're putting your mind to. Some of you, I did mention studying and going to school. I feel like you may excel with your studies, but you might suffer from a lot of anxiety. Where I'm hearing this like with test anxiety, I feel like it's called. I know it has a name, but where you may take a test and then you forget everything that you've known because you feel like you're put on the spot. You know, I feel like you have all the makings of something wonderful. And I definitely feel like there's something really good that's about to happen. But for some reason, Taurus, it's been this case for the longest time, where you have been putting something off. There's something that you may feel like you want to get done. You're waiting for a sign about maybe if this is the right path or the right time to do so. And I feel like your guides are giving you every indication that it is time. Divine timing is here. But you're distracted by something. By some type of emotional issue that's giving you a lot of grief and anxiety. You wish that somebody would apologize, but they're not. You feel like somebody around you is lying, and that might be the case at work. So I feel like you do. You have a third party at work. Some of you may realize it really is time to leave your job. Or you might be thinking about that situation. Or there's somebody at your job that moves kind of covert. And you're seeing the situation accurately. You might be wondering if you're overthinking the situation, maybe being a bit paranoid about the situation, but no, you're seeing it accurately. You might be realizing that there were certain people that started out with you, but as time goes by, you're realizing you're seeing somebody's true colors around you and realizing that somebody is really not for you. They're against you. They're moving like they're the enemy, and it feels like you might be wondering whether or not they're the enemy. Somebody might be lying about you, lying on your name. This could be why you're distancing yourself from somebody. But there's just something that you're not able to get out of your head. You don't want to deal with these emotions. But that's what I feel like, that's what's distracting you from making the moves that you could really make, that could bring you a lot of success. Taurus. Because it's something that may have went down with a family member, or like I said, somebody that was close to you. This doesn't have to be a family member. It could be somebody that is like a friend to you, a family friend. And now it's time to really detox and purify your emotions. Let your emotions flow. Your guides are really wanting for you to honor your feelings, because it does feel like your feelings matter. Your feelings are going to come to the surface, and it feels like that's going to be a huge part of your feeling, of your healing, is to let yourself feel every single emotion. Your guides, your whole entire spiritual team, they're supporting you as you honor your emotions. You got to let these emotions come up to the surface. When it comes to your career, it feels like there's a creative side of you. Maybe you really want to express your creativity with what you do for work. But maybe you feel like your work has just become very mundane, very predictable, and you're kind of losing inspiration for it. And maybe there's something brand new that you want to do. I did mention going to school. Maybe you might be like revamping your schooling, you might be changing direction when it comes to what you're majoring in. You might be realizing that there's something else that you really want to do instead. But maybe you feel stuck. And you feel like, for some of you, you've done this career for so long. This is why you're kind of like running out of steam, running out of ideas. You doubt yourself. There could be somebody around you that could be triggering some type of insecurity within yourself at work. For some of you, yeah, but you are seeing the situation accurately. Some of you, somebody is moving covert. But some of you, it feels like there is some type of jealousy having to do with somebody. So, like I said, somebody might be triggering some type of insecurity. There's some type of slander here. I feel like this could be going on online with possibly a Leo. You got karma here. So I feel like if somebody is moving covert, what goes around comes around. If somebody is trying to throw daggers in your situation, I feel like they're going to be the ones that end up unhappy. While you're stable, while you're rising in your career, or while you're making some very wise moves and getting out of this procrastination period, I feel like you're going to reach a period of stability while other people watch you rise from the sidelines. Yeah, some of you definitely have some type of psychic ability, but you definitely have a lot of childhood issues that are going to be bubbling up to the surface. A lot of baggage that maybe you've been carrying around for a long time, for 30 years or more. It's really time to clear this out, because it feels like it's dimming your shine, and it feels like, Taurus, it's blocking you from blossoming into the person that you really ought to be. It's like that person is buried beneath the rubble. That really bright, intelligent, trustworthy, worthwhile type of individual. You're not feeling like yourself. Like I said, something is triggering some type of insecurity within you. You're holding on to, some of you, a relationship that really is time to let go of, because somebody takes you for granted. They lie to you, or they lie on your name, and you're having closure issues. You're having a difficult time closing the door and putting up a boundary, when your guides are really saying that if somebody really does bring a lot of drama in your life and intentionally uses your insecurities against you, rejects you, and is playing games with you, it may be time to put a stop to that, to put boundaries up with that situation. And for some of you, this is somebody that's close to you. You might feel like somebody's your friend. Some of you Taurians, but somebody's traipsing around like that. They're not really. And I feel like you might be really examining the people that you call friend. Maybe deciding to allow people to be associates, but not really friends. And it may be time to move on from situations that just are not healthy for you. This may even include a work environment. And I feel like this is what you might be reevaluating in your life. Focusing on, like I said, on your own healing. And manifesting into your life what you really desire. And focusing on your priorities. You got a lot of changes here. Some of you are moving. You're considering a relocation. You're learning to appreciate your beauty, your own attributes, your own strengths. And maybe some of you, it's genuinely time to go on a vacation because you have been working to oblivion. You know, you haven't been taking the time out to practice self-care. Like you're nearly burning yourself out, it feels like. Trying to make money, trying to make ends meet, trying to keep things afloat. To the point that you're not really taking the time to meditate or to really clear your mind or to nurture some type of spiritual gift that you have. Because I feel like for a lot of you Taurians, you've been chosen to do something great. But you got to first trust your intuition, because I feel like that might be where you have some type of insecurity having to do with your intuition, or to be able to decipher, to be able to discern your intuition from your fears. Your angels are guiding you through your inner voice, so you already hear from your guides. They want you to trust your vibes around certain people around you, and if you do catch a vibe about somebody, they're saying you are seeing the situation accurately. You got to be able to trust your intuition and trust your inner knowing, trust your inner voice. And there may be certain situations, Taurus, that come up that require you to speak your truth. It may ruffle some feathers. There may be some people that may not like this new version of you that speaks up for themselves, or to stand up for themselves and place boundaries. But this is your life to live. There are certain people that can't go where you're going, and it may be necessary to leave certain people behind. But I promise you, the direction that you're being led toward with your guides they're not gonna steer you wrong. You know what I mean? And neither is your intuition. Like I said, having to do with certain people that are around you that may not be the best for you. And for a majority of you, I promise you, this isn't a love situation. Holy Spirit, the advice, please, for the Taurus nation. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Surrender to silence as soon as I part the deck. In quiet meditation or contemplation, let go and enter the stillness within. Silence can heal and replenish you. We talked about meditation and taking some time to clear yourself, to clear your mind, because it feels like some of you Taurians could be going through a lot of stress. Taking some time for yourself to decompress and to find this place of inner peace is what I feel like your guides are going to be guiding you toward. This inner peace has a lot to do with your healing, because there may have been some things that you may need to, again, take some time away from others to decompress, to really hear your own thoughts. Because some of you are empaths. You're picking up on the energy of people around you. You got to be able to take some time to separate yourself from the energy of others so that you can clearly feel what your energy is. Focus on that energy, because that's what's going to be conducive to your healing, is to figure out what energy is yours and what is someone else's. You got to make some time out for silence, for yourself, because it looks like you might be working so hard to please other people, but not really focused on yourself. Surrender to what is. Flow with what is instead of fighting it. When you can't change a situation, compassionately accepting it as it is will bring you peace. Your guides are saying, look at this situation, see it for what it really is. Acceptance is going to be the key in this situation. Maybe there is someone, it says when you can't change a situation. I want to even say when you can't change a person. Recognizing when a relationship is one-sided and when it is genuinely time to let this go. You can't change someone or a situation. Look at it for what it genuinely is. Trust your vibes about a situation. Speak your truth. Place boundaries and make the decision from there. Because I feel like there could be a relationship around you that could be causing you not to feel again, I was telling you that there's something that's triggering your insecurities. Some of you, it's because there's something that needs to be healed. That's what's being triggered. Some type of, I won't say weak spot, but something, there is some type of emotional vulnerability there. It's vulnerable. You got a vulnerable spot. Somebody triggers that insecurity, that vulnerability within you. It's because there's something that needs to be healed. There's low self-esteem. They couldn't trigger this if it didn't exist within you. Not everybody walking this earth surface, no matter how much they deny the fact that they may have self-esteem issues, it may ebb and flow. It may not always be that you have some type of self-esteem issue. Sometimes you might feel great about yourself, and then certain situations may come up, again, to trigger some type of low self-esteem. This is subconscious for some of you, and like I said, that's going to be bubbling to the surface. Some things that are subconsciously blocking you that you don't even see, right? Self-esteem issues. Your guides are saying, yep, here it is again, surrender to complete healing. Complete healing. We're talking about even on a subconscious level. It's time to really dig deep. It feels like divine timing. Some of you, maybe you feel overlooked in some type of way having to do with success. Maybe you might feel that there are people around you that are getting that success, and maybe you're wondering, when is it my turn? When am I going to get the success that I deserve? Part one of the some of you are procrastinating a lot. This self-esteem issue is causing you to doubt yourself, creating a lot of self-doubt and anxiety within your mind. That could be where you might feel like you're missing out on opportunities. And C, some of you are afraid to step out of your comfort zone. That's where you're being led. And to have compassion for yourself. Because a lot of you Taurians are very hard on yourself. You're your worst critic. And there's some place in your life where you don't have balance. And again, this feels like it has a lot to do with your career. And the fact that maybe you don't have clarity with somebody. And sometimes this might be something that may have to happen in divine timing. For a lot of you, this success that you're looking for, you're going to have it. It just has a lot to do with divine timing and clearing away what's really blocking you subconsciously. Confirmation of what I just said. Procrastination. And I feel like this has a lot to do with self-doubt. Somewhere in your life you don't feel good enough. So you're blocking your success. You're delaying it, even though divine timing is here. Even though your guides are ushering you and saying, yes, this is the right time. Yes, you're absolutely brilliant. They're giving you all of these confirmations, but you're procrastinating. Surrender to spirit. Once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine. Let spirit work its magic for you. So some of you, maybe you have been working on a goal, and maybe you feel like, some of you, this could be a weight loss goal. Some of you, it may be, you feel like you've done everything you possibly can and something has not worked out for you. Some of you, it may have a lot to do with divine timing. That divine timing, in due time, once you work on these issues and the things that are blocking you, I feel like you're going to blossom and be able to achieve whatever is blocking you, I feel. That's what I'm sensing. You got to focus on your healing in the meantime. Taurus, I wanted to call you Scorpio. So you're dealing with your polar opposite sign. Yeah, you may not have clarity about your gifts about maybe how to unlock your gifts, or how to get it started, or how to fix a relationship. You may not know what to say to bridge a gap with somebody or certain people in your life that may mean a lot to you. So with this, Taurus, this concludes your general reading with Angelic Ascensions. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, the way to do so would be to head over to my website, which is AngelicAscensionsTarot.com. If you found that this reading was helpful, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. And if you do decide to subscribe, make sure that you hit that post notification bell so that you don't miss an upload whenever I go live or whenever I upload for you or your cross watcher sign. Thank you so very much for spending this time with me today, Taurus Nation. I will see